She loves Chanel CC, designer belt GG, house full of models GG. How many bottles plenty? How many hating any? Run it up.
Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of A Little Kiss and Tell. I have my co-host here with me today.
What's good, y'all? Mr. Hollywood is back in the motherfucking building.
I'm so excited. I'm Courtney Levette, but I'm more excited because Mr. Hollywood is here.
Hey,
But I'm so glad to have you here.
And I'm so glad she's on. I can look at her like,
I'm here.
Like,
Ooh.
Okay, so y'all see how crazy this one is today. And we have our lovely guest here with us today. T. Marie, please let them know where they can find you and everything that you have going on.
Hey guys, I am T. Marie. I am the dating coach here. I cannot wait to have this conversation with you guys, man. I love doing what I do. But I am a dating coach. I have been a certified dating coach for 2 years now. I have an academy called Date Great, and I do have a magazine now out called Love and Lifestyle Magazine, which encompasses everything love and lifestyle. So I am actually here to reset the way we are seeing and doing relationships. So that is my job.
Right.
I have made it my mission to do that because I'm telling you, the way these podcasts and all this other stuff is out here, it got people looking real crazy. So that is my mission. That is what God has put on my spirit. However I got to do it is what we're going to do. Yeah. So I'm excited.
I'm so happy.
Help the people. I can't help the people.
She's legit. We go way back.
When I say way. Like seriously.
So she has different. Oh my gosh, she does everything. She's in radio.
Yes.
She's a cosmetologist.
Yes.
She does.
Get the resume.
My resume. I've done radio since 2011. I've had my own show. I actually started the syndicated streaming radio shows here in Atlanta. Yep. So I've been doing this for quite some time.
Yes.
I'm not new to this.
Yes.
Not at all. Yes. Got a little something in the background. A little bit.
She know what she's talking about. Seeing the dating game change.
Yes,
I love it. Okay, so for today's icebreaker game, y'all, we're going to do a relationship card game. So I'm going to throw out some questions.
These always give me the worst anxiety.
Oh my gosh. No. Okay, let's see.
Little bit too much.
Shout out to Tolero Tequila.
Okay, Tolero.
Drink glass.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so if your significant other presents you with a prenup before your wedding, would you sign it? Why or why not?
I'm signing it. I'm signing it because I have a prenup too. I understand what it means to protect your assets. If you're coming into a relationship and you have assets, then protecting your assets is important. If I'm coming in for the right reason, then I have no reason to be upset if somebody wants to protect their assets. If I'm here for the long haul, then I'm signing the paper because guess what, baby? I got a piece of paper for you to sign as well. So I understand when people come in with no assets and they can get offended, they feel like they're coming in to earn what you already have made. But you have to protect. These are assets. You have to protect them. So if they love you, they know that you're going to share what you have with them. So I'm good for the signature.
Because why are you marrying someone who is not going to protect you at all costs anyway?
Right.
I'm going to sign this piece of paper because I trust you.
Right.
You're going to do the right thing. Yeah, like whatever.
And then also, too, marriage is a business.
It is.
I don't know about that.
So businesses, you sign contracts.
Exactly.
So what's the difference?
Because I'm going to protect my money from somebody else.
Hello.
I'm going to protect my money from you too.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I love it.
Y'all got our own shit.
And that's what happens when you got your own stuff. You understand?
Bombs up here about a different story. But we ain't bombing.
Oh my God. Okay. So next
Period.
What's more important to you, sex or intimacy?
Definitely intimacy for me. But that I've grown.
Yeah.
I've grown.
Oh.
I've grown.
Give us a
So
Mr. Hollywood.
This is a Scorpio speaking.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I love intimacy, but the sex is just it just solidifies. It just gives you what you need. Like it gets me off. Like, see, my nipples hard. Wow, that's sex, y'all. Big Daddy loves.
So you can have sex without the intimacy then? Is it the same thing for you?
It can, if I'm liking you, of course I would. But if I'm just wanting to bust one, you know, it's all about the sex.
As your fellow water sign, I know you want the intimacy.
Oh, okay. That's true.
And the sex.
Okay, then, that's sex,
Yeah,
though.
it's good.
Okay, final one. Could you be happy in a relationship if the sex was horrible? Explain your answer.
Again, that takes some adulting,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can, but you're definitely gonna have to create some outside sources and some other things to make you happy. So if you like the person, you love the person enough, and you created that relationship, and the sex is not good, but you know we're talking about length or width or dryness or whatever. Now you have to implement things in order to be able to make the sexual experience good. So that you have to take the pride out of it. So if you're not big enough and I need to use some or whatever, or you're not staying hard, cool.
Right.
And ma'am, if you're not wet enough or whatever, you need to be lubricated,
Right.
cool. But you have to be adults about approaching sex because it's not always this magical thing that happens all the time.
Right.
It could be.
Sex, but it could.
That sounds like so much work.
Oh man,
That's why I'm the problem. That's why I'm single.
You're like, no, it can't be a natural
Man,
thing.
what?
So you'd be willing to leave somebody who's amazing to you, right? Treats you well, does things for you because the sex is not good. Again, that's what
Would you ever say I want that sex?
It's an adult.
Okay, but
like they're doing all those things. That
Yeah.
Then yes, I would. He would have to be open-minded.
Yes.
So if I want to try some things, like you said.
But how do you have that conversation?
If you're adult enough to have sex, then you're adult enough to approach that conversation. You cannot be
Ooh.
taking shit out and pulling titties and all that stuff out and not can't talk about it. Like
Right.
we grown here. So the conversation is this, babe. I love you and I like this, but I'm not really satisfied. Can we have a talk about connecting and being satisfied? I want you to be satisfied. I want me to be satisfied. So let's talk about it. Anybody that gets offended about having a dumb conversation, that's not the person you need to be.
True.
Okay.
Come on, open mind.
But that's really why I'm like, and I gotta have this conversation.
Yeah.
Now it's weird.
Right.
Now he gonna look at me like, what you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a nice guy, but like this isn't so nice. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's definitely the approach.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, now I do want to touch on Love is Blind season 6. So y'all saw how Clay left my girl AD at the altar like that, right?
That's crazy.
Now there were a lot of red flags along the way that were ignored. So some people say that they think that she just really wanted to be married, wanted to leave there with somebody, and I mean he's a very attractive guy as well. So it's like that might have been a catch for her, you know. I don't know, but it was just crazy how the signs were ignored, and then to get to the altar, he's smiling in her face, ha. The first compliment that he said when he saw her in a wedding dress was, "Your body it," or something like that. Why are you complimenting my body and not telling me
Because
I'm
I can't
beautiful?
tell you that you're beautiful because your body was
I don't think he
bodying.
was, like,
That's
really
crazy.
attracted to her like that.
Wow.
Probably not,
Yeah.
body, but I don't think she's a typical type.
Yeah.
But
So he was attracted to the physicality of it all versus the.
just the body.
Well, because if you're only talking to him through a
Talking to
pod,
him,
Okay.
and then you see them in real life, and
Okay.
it's not your typical type. I
Yeah.
think he wanted to probably be nice
Okay.
Right.
and not
Okay.
make her feel unbeautiful
Okay.
on her
Okay.
wedding day. But
Damn.
I love your hair. It was like
everybody
know.
knows his ass on the internet.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all seeing stuff go around. No,
I
it was just-
was just so thrown back when I saw that. Like, if the signs were there and she ignored them. You know, we always talk about these red flags. But we also know that we can get so caught up that red flags are actually green in our eyes, or we think that we can change them if we become enough, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But no matter how much you are, you're never going to be enough for the person who doesn't want you enough feeling you or haven't decided that you're the one, no matter how much you
Ooh.
The word.
you can never be enough, no matter. So you can't judge who you are against what somebody else thinks about you, right? Because it's only based on what they see as valuable. So if
Right.
they don't see you as valuable, doesn't mean you're not valuable, but what you bring to is not valuable. And you know, the way she was able to, but I don't know, I don't think I could have just sat there and took that as gracefully as she did.
I know. She
Because she was very
She
graceful about
She
that.
looked at her mom
Really?
and said, "Y'all ready?"
Oh.
Baby, I probably would have had to mush it.
Yeah, I was saying. See, I'm dramatic, so.
I'm gonna tell you all.
And Exactly. As gracious and graceful as I am, I would have to mush that in your finger. I got to. Because you got to have that embarrassing me in front of all these people.
Yeah.
But then I can take my little dress and walk away gracefully.
And cry in a Rolls Royce like she did.
Definitely gonna do that, yeah.
I got to get you that one push one time because what you're not doing is considering how you set me up at the same time.
Right.
Conversation not been had prior, like he knew where his was. Yeah, he did. So that's crazy. That did wrong.
I wonder how much production plays into that, though. You know,
I would say a lot.
Because like obviously, like, girl, come on, like, did you really think? Maybe you did, but. The signs were there.
A lot of people were like, why didn't he talk to her before?
Right.
But I'm like,
production gonna make you.
They literally only had one successful person get married. So if nobody else would have not run the show. You know?
Right.
Y'all gotta go to his altar.
Wait till the altar and say something.
I wonder, did they prepare her though? Like,
probably
not. Let somebody know that blindside them that way.
Yeah.
That may have been why she was able to do it so gracefully, because there's just no way I could have gotten that far and not, again, mushed you. There's just no way and not knowing. So that's, you know, when you come to these shows and production not letting the other person know what's going to happen, that's a dangerous game.
Yeah. That's TV. That's crazy. Okay, y'all. So for today's topic, renew or new boo?
Give me a new boo.
So basically, there was a trending video going around. This guy, he had like a marketing shirt, so he was basically saying that he feels like there should be a law saying that every 5 years you renew. You get to see if you want to renew your marriage. Like if you want to stay married with them or not. Like you can either end things there clean with a clean slate or continue on with your marriage. How do you feel about that? Just that in general.
I actually don't think that that's a terrible idea. I don't think it's a terrible idea. But I do think that there's some things that need to go along with that. You definitely need to renew your marriage license. I believe that. Okay. But not necessarily in divorce, but definitely counseling, revisiting things that you've done, making sure you still know the person. I think there's things that you should definitely do at a certain point in time, and you should be required to do. You renew every license in this world.
But a marriage.
Every license. And there's no reason why you should think that a marriage license dealing with two imperfect people who change and evolve all the time are staying the same. So there should be a time period, maybe 7 years or whatever, that you go back, or whenever your license renew, you know what I'm saying? And go back and revisit this topic. Where are we right here and right now?
And like an evaluation, like I said, marriage is a business. So again, you have to, like at your job, they give you an evaluation of your of what you're doing for whether it's a year or 2 years. So I think the same thing applies to a marriage. You know, evaluating what you've been through, what you want to do in the future. Like that's really, really important.
I think a part of that too, like I forget where I read this or saw this, but they were talking about how they do like a weekly check-in. What did I do right this week? What did I do wrong?
I love that.
Week? How was this week for you? But I think at like the 5-year mark, now it's almost like oh God, everything's a job. Everything's a job.
I mean,
everything's a job. But like at that 5-year mark, now we can look back over, okay, what did we accomplish? Did we accomplish these goals that we set?
Right.
Do we have kids? Do we want to have kids? What schools are our kids going to? Like reevaluate everything that we have all the. I'm a data person. We have all the data. We have everything right here. It's in black and white. If you got it on paper. But like you can come back and you revisit it. But like I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, you know, we had a good 5 years or we had a good 7 years. And it doesn't have to end bad. It was a great ride.
And it's gonna stay with this domestic violence. Killings that's been happening as well. This one case.
All that bottled up whatever for craziness, because the killings and shit, oh my God.
Just leave.
Just leave. It should never get that serious.
And I'm not saying like for women to just leave. I mean, yes, women just leave. I don't want to say that and sound insensitive, because I know what it means to be in a relationship and you can't get out. But I mean, like for the men who want to put your hands on people, just leave.
Come on,
take a run.
Come on for the empathy. Go friend.
When it comes to that though, there should be a penalty if you're getting out. Because when you approach it, doesn't mean at 5 years, I know at 5 years I can get out of here.
Right.
It means you have to approach this with some seriousness.
I
And then
like
when you get to that
that.
point, if you decide to go, then there's a penalty for leaving, and that penalty has to be spelled out, just kind of almost like a prenup.
You break your contract. You break the contract.
Yeah. Person, especially if it's one person who wants to stay and one person who wants to go, because there has to be a penalty at that 5-year mark that you get whatever is written out.
I love that so much.
You to still work,
Yeah.
5 years I can just get out of here, but now I have to weigh the penalty against the idea of me leaving. Do I want to really stay and work that, or I'm willing to take this penalty because it really is time for me to get out? So there's ways of doing that.
That way you ain't forcing like this out.
Yep, exactly.
And they'll take it more serious. I love that.
I like. Could you put that in a prenup?
I think you probably could. You can put
Anything in a prenup, right.
Like, you can do anything. We can revisit this in 5 years, and if we're not here in 5 years, then this is the penalty for us leaving.
Right.
Anything could be in a prenup. And we need to start thinking because people have changed. People are changing so much, and you just don't know. People are not the same. They don't have the same character. They don't have the same a lot. And no matter sometimes how much work and vetting you do, sometimes you just don't know the person until you actually live with them.
Okay. Oh, I gotta. Oh, so sorry, y'all.
It got spicy.
No, this is a sneak. So I'm gonna bring in a current event. I got to sneak a little something in here for my wonderful Tina Marie. So, Miss Portia Williams.
I love that.
I want to, just because the way you talking, I want to. What do you feel about that? Like that? I mean, it blindsided everybody.
Yes.
What's on your mind, T. Marie?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So many people, of course, they ask me the same thing. What do you think this was about? Yeah. And so because I don't really know the reason they're breaking up, it's hard for me to give my opinion on it seriously. But again, you get into this marriage, and then first of all, it was a whirlwind of a marriage. What was 18? How long were they together before they got married?
A year and
maybe a year.
Plus couple of months.
But that's how long they were married.
Oh,
I think they were like maybe 6 months, 6 to 8 months or something.
It was premature.
It was very, very premature.
Yeah.
I think it was very social media driven with all the drama that was going on with the wife, their ex-wife he was with. It was kind of like, I'm gonna show you, so we're gonna go ahead and There was definitely no vetting in that situation. There was definitely no understanding who this person was. And if you're talking about his background, how don't you know his background? Yeah. This is the whole thing. I also go back to what's the girl that was married to the on the Housewives? What's her name? Phaedra. Go back to people always saying, I didn't know what he was doing. No, your spouse.
Well, you don't. Sometimes you don't.
That's a whole
People lie. That man changed his name.
If Teresa Giudice went down for what her husband did, what was the difference between Phaedra and I love me a Scorpion Phaedra, and I love me some Apollo, but she knew what the fuck that motherfucker was doing.
But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't.
She's too inquisitive to know. She's not. I
feel like Teresa probably knew because you were
your husband or the person. That means you are really moving in that way, blindsided.
Yeah, that was a good.
You are
I'm too nosy. You know,
not setting yourself up to understand. You gotta. If you don't know the person's background, then that's some really dangerous stuff you're setting yourself up to get married into. So when it comes to this, I don't believe that we're talking about the stuff that he did prior or whatever he had going on that she didn't know. We always know. I've been with
right.
You know what I'm doing.
Right. As a person that's been with somebody who moves that way, you know what they're doing.
Right.
You have to know so you can protect assets and stuff.
Right.
I just don't believe this is something that would just blindside her.
Right. She knew about that white collar crime.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because she benefited from it.
In Jesus' name.
So that whole not staying, we really take these vows. We don't take them seriously at all.
Yeah.
This, for better or for worse, is just that. If you said that, then you should admit that or take it out. Yeah. So again, when you talk about getting to this 5-year mark, those should be some of the things that you have to go back. What did you say in your vows? Did you honor those things? This is your penalty for not honoring those things. This is your payout for honoring those things. You know what I'm saying?
I love
this.
I love this.
Start setting up these things. make it make sense like we do anything else in life.
Right.
The love is the covering. We bring love in it like it's gonna protect it. No, love is not enough.
Yeah, love is not enough.
Love is not enough. It is just frosting.
Oh.
You take a cake, you can do nothing with just frosting. You have salt, sugar, flour.
Oh,
egg,
come on.
Ingredients.
Yeah.
Hey. Well,
Right.
and make sure it's done. That's your bedding and all of that. You
Uh-huh.
put some love, which is the top. That's
Right.
what makes everything complete. It covers it. It makes
Right.
it sweet. It makes you be able to tolerate
Come
it.
on.
Put that on top of some stuff that you ain't baked.
Yeah.
Or stuff that's been left out of the cake. That's gonna still be some bullshit. So now you just covering bullshit.
Message.
Come on, Jesus.
Yeah.
Go on, boo.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, it was another good one on here that I wanted to say.
Man, she laid that down. I got to
I'm
sip
like-
on that.
Say too much with these relationships.
Yeah.
Because like, so, but can you really know a person? Because you know, sometimes people get married and those really quick, like spur of the moment, like, oh my God, it was a whirlwind romance, and we knew each other for 4 months, and we talked all day and we talked all night, and we are in love and we're getting married. Is there such a thing as getting married too soon?
I think if both people are ready and have done the work and they're ready at the same time, if they're both prepared, because it's not about the opportunity, it's about timing. We always have the opportunity to do things,
Right.
but timing is everything. Because have I done the work? Am I ready? Am I financially prepared? Am I emotionally prepared? Have I divorced my husband, wife, whatever? Am I emotionally set up? Am I healed? If you meet two people, if those two people meet, then those two people can get married in 6 months because they've done all the work. If you take one person who's done this work and a person who hasn't done this work, and you wonder why it took them 4 or 5 years to get married, because somebody had to get to the same point where the other person was.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. All
What
right.
do you feel about the women that are proposing to men?
You're a man.
That's why is that happening so much?
That's how I feel. Y'all talking about men not being masculine. Like, what are you doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Get on
because,
your knees.
what are you doing?
Because what are you? Please stand up.
And that's
Please, I'll help you. Lean on my
and
shoulder.
that's where a lot of
Get up.
and that's where a lot of the guys, you know, well, of course, I'm not heterosexual, but a lot of my male friends, they're always like an aggressive woman. Women are aggressive. It's like a different aggressiveness this day and age, and I think that's super aggressive for a woman to. I would be the fuck like, and not even you do that in front of people. I feel high my face. If I was straight and the woman did that, I'd be like, "Bitch, what you doing?" Don't you?
Yeah, because what are you doing?
That would have made my dick go smaller.
I would have been like, baby, what you drop? What you drop? Let me help you pick it up.
I'd be like,
Get your ass up.
I would have started coughing or something. I would have gone. I would have did something. And I can't hide my face, so I was like,
this happened recently, and the guy, he's a comedian, he was on his other podcast, and he was basically saying that he wanted to tell that lady, "Get up! What are you doing?" And the dude said he didn't say yes.
Of course, of course.
Like, how do you even embarrass yourself like that?
And I'm sure most of the time they're not saying yes. Like,
No.
or if they are, they're just saving face. Because honestly, we have got to allow, you know, when you're in a relationship with a man, you've got to allow him. He really is setting the tone.
yeah,
You want him to be the leader. He sets the tone. You
Yes.
want to follow his vision.
Right.
Yes.
He sets the tone. You are there to support the tone,
Yes.
right? It
Yeah.
doesn't take away your independence or whatever. And then now y'all just outdone independence ladies. Y'all have overextended, did too much with it. It's overrated.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing good about independence. You have to be able to take care of yourself by yourself anyway. It has nothing to do with you getting in partnership with somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
It kind of reminds me of just to take it back on the original Love and Hip Hop New York when I first saw it happen when Chrissy asked Jim Jones. I was like, the fuck?
That went so deep in my brain.
And an aggressive guy like Jim Jones, I was like, she set herself up.
And they still are not married.
She's still with him.
That's wild.
Oh.
Like, Jimmy, please. Marry that woman.
He knew that she was stuck and not going nowhere, period. So
Right.
That's so crazy, though. Like, I could never just leave.
That was cringe. That was cringy. I was like, oh.
Because she deserved better than that. Like,
Yeah.
girl, come on.
You gotta know. There's no way you could still be in that situation. I think you deserve better. Like too many times, we act according to what we deserve
Yeah.
or what we think we deserve.
Yes.
So if you continue to allow people to do things to you, that's what you think you're worth. Until you understand what you're worth and be willing to walk away from some things that you know don't fit you or suit you, then you're just gonna get whatever people give you.
Oh.
And you don't want people's residue.
Right. No. People settle for yeah.
I don't want the residue.
No residue.
When do I need to be in class?
Nobody else's residue. I take my residue, but nobody else's.
Nobody else's residue. Yeah.
Okay, so Marie, before we close out today, is there anything else that you want to tell our people? Whether it be advice, whether it be something for the singles, for the dating, for the marriage.
Help us all, Jesus.
Yes, I know, right? Well, so I focus on dating. So my thing is dating, and I focus on teaching women and men how to date. So I focus on women because a lot of times we're not doing the work and having the accountability and doing the things that we need to do to prepare ourselves to attract the type of people that we want. And when it comes to a man, when he's trying to date, when I'm focusing with him, we're talking about, are you ready to take on somebody? Because men are getting to the point where they think they're coming in to 50-50 or being that type of partnership. No, that is not what your angle is. That wasn't what you were created to do. You came in to cover a partner. So are you set up to cover, protect, and provide for a person? If you're not, then we need to talk about your mentality, why you don't think that, what have you seen, what have you heard, what's been done. So let's get you ready, because you can't go into somebody's life, a woman's life, thinking that, hey, we're going to team up and I need your part. No, that's not who you are. That's not who you were set up to deal with. So I focus on dating in the single realm for that, but when it comes to couples, I focus on dating because you still have to continue to get to know each other. Because those are things that you have to do to create, not only create that bond, to maintain that bond. So dating is also maintenance. You can't buy a car and not do the maintenance to the car.
Come on. Come on, now these analogies are analogies.
They're top tier. They're top tier.
So when we start to apply dating to real life situations, then it makes more logical sense. We have gotten to think that dating and love, this is a fantasy. And it's not just, these are really logical thought processes that you're creating for your life. The person you partner with can destroy your life or can help create a better life. So when you start to think about partnering up with somebody, you need to think of that first. Okay, I'm bringing this person in my space. What can I do for them? What can we add to each other to be able to make life good? Is bringing this person in my life going to better my life, or is it going to destroy my life? And other part, me getting into somebody else's life, am I going to destroy their life? Can I add to their life, or am I going to take away from their life? Because at the end of the day, relationships is not about what you can give, it's about what you want.
Shonda Basha.
Because I'm literally like, what time can I schedule my first consultation? Because apparently I'm dating wrong.
And you do the homosexuals, correct?
The homosexuals.
All right, just in case I get I'm gonna be like, I'm going to my team Marie.
We need some help because social media has ruined dating, especially in the Black community.
Oh my God!
I wonder what the other side of Instagram look like for their dating.
And we miss the fact that our communities are looked upon as less because we're not community. You can't make community without family.
Family,
you can't make family without relationships.
I'm about to shut this computer.
Because our community is so broken, then when it comes to the polls, when it comes to policy, when it comes to anything being created, and any type of thing, we're always last or thought of last because they know they can get our stuff without pouring into us because we don't know how to pour into ourselves. So until we get solid as a community, which goes all the way back to family, again, which goes all the way back to dating, we're going to always get the last. So we have to think about, again, we're not just making decisions based off these quick emotions. We're making lifelong decisions that are affecting our lifeline, our lineage, and our money, our wealth, our generation. Again, think more about not just right now, but the long term. You're leaving legacy.
And that's the legacy. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Son,
Y'all need to make this go viral. Because if I see one more podcast talking about relationships and it's not like this, y'all making the wrong people go viral because that is real.
I wanted to do it because I know what outside and what people are talking. And I know they're doing this to get likes and visuals and go viral. And we're not focused enough on what we really need as a community. We're focused on how to make money off broken people. And people will make money off broken people. They do it all the time on reality TV. They take broken people, they know who to look like, and they put it out there, and they love to see people's trauma. And we will benefit, and we will live, laugh, and do whatever off of people's trauma, and just be entertained versus pouring into what we need to do in order to get the best of what we need to do. So make it go viral, y'all.
Y'all make sure y'all check out T. Marie.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Make sure y'all check out what she has going on. She got a lot of make sure y'all
yes.
With T. Marie as well. And y'all make sure y'all get some merch. The link is in our bio on the Little Kiss and Tell, as well as on my Instagram account. And happy National Women's Month.
That's exactly right.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yes. For all the ladies out there, shout out to y'all.
My queens. I'm privileged to be up here with my queens. You know, mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes, Daddy is happy. Yeah.
Am I your baby?
I love it. Y'all. Okay, until next time, you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Face down, ass up, waiting for me. I'ma show you pretty ass some.